Welcome, everyone. Welcome to yoga. I'm Delia, and we are going to start laying down today on our backs. So go ahead and make your way down. And then just begin to find any little movements you might need, maybe drawing the knees into the chest and rocking around a little, maybe just taking the feet as wide as your mat, taking some windshield wipers with the knees. Maybe taking a full body stretch, reaching through the arms, through the feet and legs. And then when you're ready, finding a comfortable position where you can find stillness. So the back may not be super warm, the hips may not be warm today. So maybe bending the knees instead of keeping them straight if you're feeling any pain or pinching in the low back, any discomfort. I like to take my feet as wide as my yoga mat and let my knees rest together in the center. And then allow the eyes to soften or to close here. Hands can come to the belly or they can be by the sides, palms face up like in Shavasana. And let's all take a deep, full breath in through the nose. And a long sigh out. 2 more times, just like that. Deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. And last time, deep, deep, full breath in. And let it all go. And take a moment here to feel the body begin to soften, feeling the support of your mat beneath you. Really feeling the support of the earth. And cradling your body, creating this safe space where you can let go of any tension that is built up so far today. Notice if you're clenching the jaw or the forehead, the muscles around the eyes. And see if you can begin to soften them. Letting the shoulders and hips feel heavy. The spine feels nice and long and supported by the mat. And then drawing your attention back to the rhythm of your breath. Maybe taking one or both hands to the belly, seeing if you can feel the breath drawing all the way down into the low belly. And then on the exhale, feeling the belly slightly fall, pressing all of the old air out. Taking a few more moments here, seeing if you can really tune into this in and out of the breath, this rise and fall, this rhythm that supports your practice. The breath is the foundation of the practice of yoga. So see if you can be with your breath for a few moments. If other things press in at you, at your mind, anything that you have to do today, just gently set it aside, bringing the attention back to the breath as many times as you need to. We're never trying to clear the mind completely. We're always just giving ourselves permission to know that this is our time, this is our space, and there's nowhere else to be, nothing else we should be doing right now. So, following this wave of your breath for 3 more rounds, maybe taking the time to set an intention or a dedication for your practice if that feels right. Remembering that it can be an intention or dedication to anyone or anything that feels right to you in this moment. And then starting to find a little bit of movement in the body again, maybe wiggling the fingers and toes, maybe rotating the wrists, moving through the ankles, maybe gently turning the head from side to side, waking up the neck a little. You can even pause with the chin over to one side and take one deep breath there before moving to the other side. And when you're ready, go ahead and draw the knees into the chest. Scooping the tailbone up so your back is nice and straight. All parts of the back are touching the mat. And then maybe starting to rock a little side to side or taking the knees in a nice slow circle. You can even keep the big toes to touch and just start to row the knees apart from each other and then together. And if you're circling, go ahead and reverse the direction. And then we're going to keep that right knee in. We're going to release the left foot to the mat. You can keep that left knee bent. And just go ahead and start to take some ankle circles with that right foot. Nice and easy. And then reverse, circling the other way. And then coming back to stillness, we're going to start to circle the right knee out to the right. So planting that left foot, engaging the core. So hug the belly button down towards the spine and start to take some circles with that right knee. So opening it out to the side and then bringing it back through center. And these can be as big a circle as feels good to you. You're using that foot and your core engagement for some support here. So you're really just isolating the movement into that right hip. And then whenever you're ready, reversing the direction, so circling the opposite way. You can use the hand to help guide the leg here, or you can just circle the leg on its own, whatever feels best for you. And then draw that right knee back to center. And go ahead and extend the right foot up towards the ceiling. And here you can just hold on to either side of the thigh with your hands or up by the knee. You can also use a strap if that's more comfortable. And you can keep as much of a bend in that right knee as feels good to you. So you're gently encouraging the right knee towards your chest, maybe flexing and pointing that right foot. And getting into the hamstrings a little bit. Stretching the front and back of the leg if you're flexing and pointing. Remembering to stay with that wave of your breath. And go ahead and take one more breath here, maybe to see if you can draw that right knee a little closer to you. And then go ahead and rebend the right knee and release that foot to the mat. And we'll take the other side. So hug the left knee into the chest, right foot stays planted. Go ahead and start to take some ankle circles with that left foot. And make sure you reverse at some point so you've circled in both directions. And then plant the right foot. So press that right foot down into your mat, hug the belly button down towards your spine. And we're going to start to take those circles with that left knee. So opening the left knee, doesn't matter which way you go first, we're going to go both ways. Really isolating that circling movement into the hip and knee. So trying not to wobble too much with the rest of the body. A little movement is fine, of course. And then go ahead and reverse, circling the other way. And then taking that left knee back to center. Go ahead and extend that left foot up towards the ceiling. And again, you can keep as much or as little a bend in that left knee as feels good. You can hold on to the thigh, you can interlace the fingers. You can also use a strap, of course, as an arm extender here. Maybe flexing and pointing the left toes. Feeling how that stretches both sides of the leg. And gently encouraging that left knee towards your chest. If you're feeling any pain or pinching here in the thigh or behind the knee, go ahead and bend that knee more or take it further away from your body. Each side's a little different, so noticing those differences from this side to the first side. Maybe this is the side that's a little tighter today, or maybe it was the first side. And give yourself one more deep, deep breath here. And then slowly rebend that left knee, release the left foot to the mat. And we're gonna hug both knees in. And we're gonna open the knees as wide as feels comfortable for you. So you can just keep the hands on the knees. Our feet are gonna be down, so our knees are fully bent right now. We're gonna move into happy baby in a minute, but for now, we're just gonna start here. So the knees are as wide as is comfortable. And you're kind of drawing them down towards the floor and a little bit up towards the armpits. Taking some deep, deep breaths. Noticing if your tailbone is peeling off the mat, see if you can press it down. And then maybe staying here if this is enough of a hip stretch for you at the moment, or you can move into happy baby, taking the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, grabbing hold behind the knees or grabbing the ankles or anywhere on the feet. I'm actually just going to take my first two fingers and thumb around my big toes today. Again, pressing your tailbone down towards the mat. You can start to rock a little bit side to side if that feels comfortable, trying to keep the elbows on the insides of the knees, so don't let the elbows go outside. You can even try and straighten one leg and bend the other and then reverse. So finding a little movement here or staying in stillness. Give it one more breath. And then release the feet or the legs, whatever you were holding on to. And we're gonna cross the right ankle over that left thigh and we're coming into our reclined pigeon. So if you're more comfortable with that left foot on the mat, you can release it down there. Otherwise, coming into your pigeon, hands can clasp behind that left knee or thigh. Make sure that your right foot at least is flexed and active, and you can flex the left foot if you want as well. Maybe rocking a tiny bit here, side to side. Taking a deep, deep, full breath in. And on the exhale, soften the shoulders, soften the face, the neck. We want to take this out of the upper body as much as possible. Thinking about pressing that right knee out to the right. And imagine you could send your breath into that right hip directly wherever you feel the sensation the most. And give it one more deep, deep breath here. And then release the hands if you were holding on to that left leg. Release the left leg to the mat. Hug that right knee into the chest again as you extend that left leg long. So just hold here for a moment, squeezing that right knee in, pressing the left thigh down. And then we're going to take our supine twist. So you can soften that left leg a little bit. We're going to start to take the right knee over to the left. Right arm can reach out to the side, or you can take a half cactus arm with the elbow bent. That right hip is lifted off of the ground, but the right shoulder is still in contact with your mat. So you're only going so far as you can over to the left while keeping that right shoulder down. Breathing here. One more deep, deep, full breath into the into the right side of the rib cage. And then nice and slow, come back to center. I always feel so relaxed when I start with hips. So let's switch sides. Releasing that right foot to the mat. Go ahead and hug the left knee into the chest. And then cross that left ankle over the right thigh. We're coming into our pigeon. So you can stay here, or you can lift through that right foot. Catch hold behind the right leg. You can also use a strap as an arm extender again. Make sure you're flexing those left toes and press that left knee away from you. Breathing here. Using an exhale to soften the shoulders, soften the arms as much as you can. Start to breathe into that left hip, maybe rocking a tiny bit side to side. Give yourself one more deep, deep breath here. And then slowly release the hands or the strap, whatever was holding that right leg. Release the right foot to the mat. Hug that left knee in and extend the right leg long. Flex the right toes for a moment. Press that thigh down as you squeeze that left knee in. And then let's take our supine twist. So left knee crosses over the body to the right. Left arm can go out to the side. So you're really not trying to force that left knee down over to the right. You're only going as far as feels comfortable while keeping that left shoulder really grounded. Breathing into the left side of the body, the left hip and rib cage. And give it one more deep, deep breath here. And then nice and slow, use the core to help you bring that left knee back. Go ahead and release the left foot to the mat. extend both legs long, reach both arms up overhead, point through the toes, reach through the fingers, take a nice full body stretch. And then nice and slow, go ahead and release the arms down. We're gonna roll onto whichever side is best, and we'll meet up in table. So take your time. Grab any props that you might need to pad the wrists or the knees in table. And then we'll get set up in our table pose, knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders or just a little bit in front. Fingers are spread nice and wide. See if you can draw the shoulders away from the ears and see if you can rotate the elbow creases to face forward. So arms are nice and straight. And then go ahead and sink the hips back. So almost like child's pose. And we're going to take cat-cow from here. So we're going to take drunken cat-cow today. If you know that this is not right for your body, go ahead and take any other version. So we're going to start circling around, doesn't matter which way. Drop the belly as you come forward and then rounding back, almost like child's pose, dropping the chin to chest. So I'm circling to the right. Inhale and exhale back. But you can really go either way. We're going to do both. So moving with the breath. And again, if this does not feel comfortable for your body today, switching to any other version of cat-cow that feels better. After you've done a few rounds in one direction, go ahead and switch. And let's take one more round. And then press back up to table. And I'm going to turn to face you. And we're going to take our right foot out to the right. So if you need to pad that left knee with a pad or a towel, folded towel or blanket, go ahead. Right foot's coming out to the right, right toes are pointing forward, and my foot is in line with my left knee. So we're going to thread the needle from here. If you know this is not comfortable for your body, you can go ahead and rebend the right knee and keep both knees on the mat. So first we're going to keep that right hand planted. Keep the left hand planted. And inhale, just send the right fingers up. So taking a nice side body stretch here. Nice twist. Try not to collapse into that left shoulder. Really press away. And then release the right hand to the right side of your mat. And we're going to inhale, left fingertips reach. You may not get up as high on this side. That's okay. And exhale, we're going to thread the needle. So reach the left hand over towards the right toes. Releasing onto the left side of the head. Maybe using a block if the floor is feeling far away. And then see if you can press your hips down and back just a little bit. You don't want to be collapsing all the weight into your neck. And hand can stay on the mat here. You can extend it forward, or you can lift it up to the sky, or take it to the low back. Thinking about using that left arm to gently press the chest open. Pressing into the right toes. Give it one more deep, deep breath wherever you are. And then release that right hand if it was lifted. Use it to gently help you unwind. And we're going to bend the right knee. So the toes are going to face to the right now. So that right heel is still in line with the left knee. And I'm going to walk my hands back and come up. Making any adjustments that you need to here. And we're going to inhale, reach the arms up, grab hold of that right wrist and gently draw over to the left. So I'm pressing my weight a little bit into that right foot. Think about opening your chest towards the ceiling. Take one more breath. And then slowly come back up. Release that right forearm to the thigh. And if you're tight in the left shoulder, you can just open to the left from here, kind of pulling that left shoulder back. If you want, you can add the arm, reaching that left arm up and over. Make sure you're not dumping all of the weight into that right arm. So core is lengthening and lifting. Give it one more breath. And slowly release. Let's drop the hands back into our table. Release that right knee. Go ahead and take the knees together, big toes to touch. Drop the hips over to the right, look over the left shoulder. And come back to center. Drop the hips left, look over the right shoulder. Both knees should stay on the mat. And come back to center. Let's take the other side. So make any adjustments you need. Pad the right knee if you need to. We're taking that left foot out to the left. Left toes are pointing forward. I'm going to scoot back a little. And I'm going to take my right hand and right knee in one line as I lift my left hand up. So I'm pressing down with my right hand, pressing out of the shoulder. Reach through those left fingertips. One more breath. And release the left hand to the left side of your mat. We're going to inhale, send the right fingertips out or up. And exhale, thread the needle. So right arm under the left. Bringing the head down to the mat or to a block. My microphone got stuck. Pressing the hips back. And that hand can extend that left hand, or you can take it up or to the low back. Remembering each side is different. So if you did something with that arm on the other side and it just doesn't feel good on this side, go ahead and bring it back. Pressing into the left toes. Seeing if you can use the back of that right arm against the mat to open the chest just a little bit more. And then nice and slow, release the left arm if it was lifted. Draw it back, use it to help you press back and up. And we're going to bend that left knee, left toes point to the left, and walk the hands back and coming up. So we're going to lean our weight just a little bit into that left foot. So it's not really a lunge. I'm just really grounding into that foot. And we're going to inhale, lift the arms up, grab hold of that left wrist gently, and pull back to the right. So we're using that leverage, that grounding in the left foot to help us here. Opening the chest. And slowly release. Release that left hand to the left thigh. And again, you can just take the right hand to the hip, draw that right shoulder back and open from here, or add the arm, reaching it up, opening that right side body. Light touch with that left forearm to left thigh. Take one more breath. Press that right hip a little bit forward. And slowly release. Let's take our hands back to the mat. Release that left knee. One more time, knees together, big toes to touch. Let's drop our hips to the left. Look over the right shoulder. If you'd like, you can lift that right knee this time, just about an inch off the mat. And come back to center. Drop the hips right, look over the left shoulder. Same thing, you can lift that left knee if it feels comfortable. And come back to center. All right. So from here, we're going to press up to down dog. So curl the toes under, lift the hips, send them up and back. Find your downward dog. Just as we did in table, check out your hands, make sure that your fingers are nice and wide and spread, and see if you can rotate the elbow creases forward. That's going to make it a little more intense in the shoulders and in the arms, more strengthening, but that's a better alignment for down dog. So take your dog for a little walk. If it feels good, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe shaking the head a little yes and no. And then look up at your hands. Take a nice slow walk or just step up to meet the hands. Find your forward fold here. Feet are about hip distance at least. Hanging down, bending the knees. Maybe catching hold of opposite elbows and finding a little sway. Let the head and neck be heavy. And then releasing the hands, pressing into all sides of the feet, engaging the core. Draw the belly button in as you start to roll up. If you need to use the hands against the legs to help you here, please do. Coming all the way up to stand. Taking your time, making any adjustments or movements you need when you get up. All right. So in your mountain, go ahead and plant the feet. Notice if you're locking the knees. You want to press the feet down, activate the legs, but keep the knees soft as you can. You just don't want to lock them. And then let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come together at the heart and down. 2 more times. Inhale to reach. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Last time, then we'll go a little further. Inhale to reach. And this time, exhale, take the hands down the center line as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to the legs for support, nice flat back. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, repeat that roll up. Maybe make it a little bit faster this time. And when you reach the top, reach the arms up overhead. Press the palms together and take them down to the heart. We're going to do that a couple more times, half sun salutations. If you need to use the hands on the legs to go up or down, please do. Go ahead. You're still getting exactly the same benefits. So inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rolling up. Reach the arms up at the top. And exhale, hands together at the heart. Last round. Inhale, reach tall, press through the feet. And exhale, send the hips back, bend the knees as you fold. Inhale, hands come to the shins or thighs as you lift. Exhale, soften, let it go, let the neck go. Press through the feet, bend the knees, engage the core as you roll up. Lift the arms. And exhale, hands together at the heart. Very nice. All right, go ahead and grab your blocks. So we're going to take the blocks at the top of the mat. You may decide that you don't want them, but it's better to have them just in case. We're going to work on some balance today. So we're going to move into warrior 3. So I'm going to keep my left foot planted, and I'm going to start to extend my right foot back. So just to start out with, hands can be down by the sides or on the waist, whatever makes you feel most balanced here. The ball of my foot and my big toe and all my toes are touching on that right foot. So this is position 1. If you want to just work from here, you're still already engaging in balance. So tuck the tailbone, engage the core, and just hold here. If you want to go a little bit further, you're going to roll over so that just the tip of the big toe and maybe the second toe are touching the mat. So this is a little bit more of a balance challenge. I'm already starting to tip a little bit forward now, so most of my weight is in my forward, whoops, as I lose my balance. Don't turn your head while you're trying to balance. It's not a good way to keep holding your balance. As I was saying, the weight is in my forward foot. Finding one point at this point to gaze at is a good idea. Something that doesn't move. Engage the core. So maybe stay here. If you want to go a little bit further, you can release the hands down by the sides, and they're going to kind of help you balance here. So they can stay by the sides, but I like to release them sort of straight down as I start to tip and lift that foot. So you can lift and then touch down again if you need to, or you can lift and hold. Foot doesn't have to be lifted a ton, and each side's going to be a little different because one of your legs is going to be stronger than the other. So you want to try and keep the hips squared, keep the chest lifted, and hold here, breathing. So I'm going to show you an option that we have never done before in class. You can just stay here, or you can release Warrior 3 and then come back into it. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit today, we're going to take what's called standing splits. So I'm going to look down at my blocks. If you lose your balance and have to touch down, that's okay. Engage the core, and I'm going to reach down for my blocks. And I'm going to reach that foot higher. So blocks can be on any height. This is a little too tall. I'm going to lower mine. And the head is dropping as I reach that right foot up. Take one more breath, whether you're playing in Warrior 3 or in standing splits. And then slowly start to lower that right foot down. Come back up. Ooh, that's a balance and strength challenge. Go ahead and shake it out. Find some hip rolls on that right side, or left side, I guess is the way that we were going. All right, now we'll switch. So this time, taking that left foot back. Starting first with the toes, all 5 toes, and the ball of the foot down. Maybe just staying here. You can even play with shifting the weight a little bit, so your weight is more forward and then more centered. If you want to go further, you're rolling over to the very tip of that big toe and second toe on the left side. And maybe staying here. Maybe again, working a little bit with just shifting the weight. Anytime we move in a balancing pose, that's challenging our balance. So engaging the core, you're still working here, even with that foot not lifted. If you want to go a little further, release the arms down and start to lift. So my weight is definitely forward now. My chest is coming forward, but it's still open. And you can lift and then touch down as many times as you need, or you can lift and hold. This is my stronger side. Everybody's going to have a different side that's more dominant. You want to keep the hips squared if you can. So you don't want that left hip to be lifting. You want it pointing straight down. Maybe staying here, or maybe moving into your standing splits. Engage the core. If your foot needs to touch down before you reach, that's okay. Finding your blocks or the floor. Releasing the head as much as you can, and think about lifting from that inner thigh. Again, each side is different. Make sure you've got a little bend in that standing leg. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then nice and slow, start to bring that foot down as you start to come up. Very nice, everyone. Shake it out. Take some hip rolls of the standing leg. All right. You can move your blocks aside. We're done with them. Grab a sip of water if you feel like you need it. That's a lot of strength and balance work. So now we're going to do one more balancing pose. We're going to do tree. So we're going to start out on that right leg. Let me see, which leg were we just balancing on? Yeah, right leg. Okay. So we want to start on the left leg with the weight shifting over to the left. So first position is just bringing that right heel against the left leg. That right knee is opening out to the right, and my toes are down. And just like we did in Warrior 3, this is your starting position. Hands can be down by your sides or they can be on the hips, whatever makes you feel more balanced. And this is where we really build the foundation of any balancing pose, is right at the beginning. So imagine zipping up from the feet all the way to the top of the head, hugging in the core, dropping the tailbone down. So this is really a powerful balancing pose, even from right here. If you want to go a little bit further, you can take the bottom of that right foot to the ankle or to the calf below the knee. Some people have, I'm going to hold on to the wall while I show you. Some people have the flexibility to bring that foot all the way up and tuck it inside. I do not have the flexibility in my knees to keep my foot there. And you never want to hold anything that's not right for your body. So I'm just going to keep mine on the calf below the knee. But you can play with that if you have the flexibility to do so. So here I'm dropping my tailbone down. And if you do ever need to come to a wall and put a hand on it, absolutely, please do. I'm hugging my core in. I'm pressing my foot and leg against each other. And I'm finding one point on the floor to rest my gaze. Hands can stay down by the sides. They can lift up into cactus arms, or you can reach up for the full expression of tree. Staying with your breath. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then very slowly start to release. You never want to pop out of a pose. Shake out that left leg. Working on both balance and strength. All right, let's switch sides and then we'll take it down to the floor. So shift your weight to the right side now. Take that left heel against the right. Start going through your checklist, dropping your tailbone, zipping up through the front body. So hugging the core in, dropping the shoulders down, maybe staying here. Find one point on the floor to rest your gaze. And then if you want to move, you can. Taking the bottom of the foot to the ankle, to the calf, or tucking it up inside the thigh. Left knee is opening out to the left, and I'm pressing my foot and leg against each other really firmly so that right hip is not popping out. Arms can stay down. I skipped this one last time. You can take them together at the heart, or you can lift them into cactus or all the way up. Still pressing the leg and the foot against each other. If you fall out of any balancing pose, just take a breath, come back into it as slowly as you need to. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then very slowly with control, start to release. Very nice, everyone. Shake out that right hip. All right, we did it. We're done with balance. All right, let's inhale, reach. And exhale, find your fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to downward dog. Take one breath here. And then release the knees. And let's come to a seat. So we're going to take the legs wide. And this does not have to be your widest cheerleading splits ever. In fact, if you're feeling any pinching in the inner thighs, take the legs closer together. You've gone too far. So we're flexing the feet. And I'm going to send my left leg, let my left arm down the left leg. It can also be on the floor in front or behind. And I'm going to inhale, send the right arm up. Breathing here. And then slowly release that right hand. I'm going to turn my torso towards my left leg. And normally here we would use a strap, but we're going to use a more passive bend. So I'm just going to start to walk my chest forward over that left leg, only as far as feels comfortable. And I'm going to release my chin down towards my chest. So it's okay if the back is rounding here. It's okay if you don't get all the way down. If you do want to hold on to the leg or foot with a strap or with your hands, absolutely you can. But you don't want to use too much force. You don't want to engage the arms too much here. So releasing and breathing. Take one more breath. And then slowly walk the hands back up. And we'll switch sides. So take the right hand down the right leg. Inhale, send the left arm up. Find your side bend. And then slowly release that left hand down, rotating the chest towards that right leg. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And then exhale, just find your fold. It's okay to round here, tucking the chin towards the chest. Hands can be on the floor or on the leg, anywhere that's comfortable for you. And I still have a little energy in my legs, a little energy in my toes, but I'm not super flexing my feet. Take one last breath here. And then slowly walk yourself back up. Let's go ahead and bend the knees. Take the soles of the feet together. So sliding the heels as close to your body as possible. So as close as feels comfortable to you. We're going to do two of these folds. One of them, we're going to stretch the muscles in the inner thighs, and the other one, we're going to stretch the back. So for this one, pull your heels in as close as possible. It's okay if your knees don't come anywhere near the mat. We're going to use our elbows to gently press on the inner thighs, the inner knees. And we're going to keep our back as straight as possible. So we're not folding down very far here. So really lengthen the spine and then fold. So I'm only folding a little tiny bit until I feel that stretch in the inner groin. My gaze is straight ahead, well, straight ahead and down. Taking some deep, full breaths. Give it one more breath here. And then slowly come back up. Use the core to help you here. And then slide the feet away from you. So we want to keep some space here now. So I'm in more of a little more of a diamond shape rather than a dragonfly or butterfly. And here we're going to allow the back to round. So inhaling to lift, and then exhaling. You can still use the arms on the insides of the legs for the knee press if you want to, but go ahead and tuck the chin towards the chest, rounding the back, letting the arms be soft. They can even come out in front of you, palms face up. Breathing into the back body. See if you can soften the knees. And give it one more deep, full breath here. And then hug the belly button to the spine. Use your hands to help you walk back up. And go ahead and close the knees together, and we're coming down onto our back. So we'll end as we began. And you don't need any props except for those you might want for Shavasana. So if you do want a blanket or bolster, and grab it before heading there. And we'll make our way down onto our back. And we're going to take our feet as wide as our yoga mat and just do some windshield wipers. No hurry, no forcing anything. If you're still grabbing your props and getting ready to come down, that's fine. And the next time that the knees are over to the right, let's keep them there. So maybe just letting them stay here, both knees dropping over to the right. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, stretch the inside, the outside of that left hip a little bit more, you can take that right foot, flex it, and cross it over the back of the left thigh or knee. Make sure that left foot is flexed as well. And then you can drop that right knee down. So you're kind of using the leverage of that ankle to help you press that knee down a little bit. Really feeling that stretch in the outside of the hip, in the side of that left leg. Neither of my knees is touching the mat, so you don't have to worry about getting all the way down. Take one more deep breath here. And then uncross that right ankle if it was crossed. Go ahead and take some more windshield wipers, dropping the knees side to side. Feet are nice and wide. And then the next time that the knees are over to the left, go ahead and leave them there. And you can stay just as you are, or you can flex both feet and cross that left ankle over the back of the right knee or thigh. And same thing on this side, gently trying to draw that right knee down. If this is too much the low back or the hip, go ahead and back off. You can uncross the ankle anytime. Breathing deeply here. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then slowly release that left ankle and take the knees back up to center. Do one more set of windshield wipers. And then go ahead and hug the knees into the chest, scoop the tailbone up so that your back is really nice and flat. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. And if you'd like, you can catch hold behind the legs or anywhere on the knees. And on an exhale, peel the nose up towards the knees, belly button's hugging down, stretching the low back. And then slowly release. Finding any other movement that you need before heading into your Shavasana. Maybe another happy baby or a supine twist of a different style. Maybe just taking a full body stretch. Maybe coming into your Shavasana and letting the legs wiggle a little bit. Some windshield wipers with the feet can sometimes feel nice to release the hips. And just like when we began, finding a comfortable position, you may have more flexibility in the low back now and be able to straighten the legs, or you may not. And you may have the legs bent, and that's more comfortable. Wherever you are, hugging the shoulder blades together and down the back. Allowing the eyes to soften or close when you found your final resting pose. And just as we did in the beginning, let's all take a deep, deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Two more times, deep, full breath in. Long sigh out. Last time, deep, deep breath in. And on the exhale, let everything go. Feeling the body beginning to settle. Sighing a few more times if you need that, or letting the breath return to its natural rhythm. Softening the muscles of the face, letting the eyes drop down behind the eyelids, or just softening the eyes if they're open. Softening the space between the eyebrows, across the forehead, down into the temples, down into the jaw. Allow the tongue to relax, the chin, the neck, the throat. Feel the back of the head nice and heavy on your mat. And shoulders are melting away from each other. Chest and belly are open. The spine is long and relaxed. Arms and legs are heavy. Hip bones are grounded. Releasing the wrists, the ankles, the fingers and toes. And giving yourself a few moments here to absorb your practice. Letting go of anything that's no longer serving you. And slowly beginning to deepen the breath again. Feeling the rise and fall. Knowing that you can always take a longer Shavasana if that feels better for you today. So you can stay right here as I start to get up. If you are ready to move, starting to find little movement first in the fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. And maybe turning the head gently side to side. Maybe taking one last full body stretch, or hugging the knees into the chest, or taking some windshield wipers. And when you're ready, making your way onto whichever side is calling you today. Using that top arm to gently press yourself back up to a comfortable seat, taking your time to get situated. Sitting up nice and tall when you arrive, allowing the eyes to close or soften again. Just checking in with yourself here. How is your body feeling? How is your mind feeling? How is your heart feeling? Doing your best to remember that there is no right way to feel in any of these areas. So just playing a passive observer and noticing what's there. If it feels comfortable, bringing the hands together at the heart, sealing in your practice, taking one last moment here for gratitude to yourself, to each other, for this breath, this life, this time on our mat. I thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a lovely day. Namaste.